Pinandam, thank you so much for tuning in. Today's video, I will be talking to you guys about the importance of sannyas, especially pursuing the path of sannyas if it is a calling that you have received. See, it's a calling that I can say not very many people will get in their lifetime, and perhaps even less than that take the calling seriously or pursue it. There are many misconceptions about what it is to be a monk, many misconceptions about what it is that we actually do, especially here as a part of this sampradaya. There's a misconception that we are, we're recluses, we disassociate ourselves from life, our families, that we virtually just kind of sit and meditate in caves all day, and whatever far out, weird, maybe not so weird textbook, things, ideas are there that people have about us. So from my experience and my understanding to date, I can say that being a sannyasi and pursuing this path to higher consciousness is one of the greatest blessings. It's one of the greatest contributions to humanity, especially in a day and age where there is so much violence. Everywhere you look, I know in any country that you're watching this from, you can attest to the fact that there is so much violence, that there is so much greed in this corporate run, rat race, dog eat dog kind of a society that we're trapped in. There's so much fear in how are we going to survive, and am I good enough, and all of these fear-driven things that we have just hitting us from every direction. We're in a place right now where so many animals are becoming more and more extinct. We're raping the earth for her resources. We're thinking less about others and more and more and more about us. So with all of this happening right now, there are a few, not a few actually, I know there's so many more out there. There are brave souls that have decided that they are done with the status quo and are ready for a change. And in order to change all of these things, or make an impact, or start moving in a direction that is more life positive and healing, it starts with ourselves, right? That transformation, we can't help anyone else unless and until we're helping ourselves first. And this is what sannyas is. We decide to take responsibility for our transformation, for the development of our higher consciousness, and then share that with the rest of the world. So being a sannyasi here in Swamiji's ashram, I can say it is the perfect setting he's given for us to achieve that higher state of consciousness. It's a training ground to be established in that enlightened space so that we can then go out and share it and radiate it with the world, and then help others in achieving that same state, that same space that we're in, by imparting all of the things that we've learned, all of our experiences, all of our sharings. So I know for myself, living a 9-to-5 job, I had the best things in my life for myself. I was living by myself. I was buying what I want as I want. I was living the epitome of a free life, but it just wasn't satisfying anymore. I just knew somewhere in my being that my life isn't just for this, it's for something much greater. And whether or not my family understands it or not, I know they will eventually. I had to pursue this path. And one of the greatest things that Swamiji is doing, and one of the greatest things that we're contributing to as sannyasis ourselves, I'm here right now in this Adinam, obviously for training, and like I said, establishing myself in that same space and same state that Swamiji is in. Establishing temples, establishing a strong sangha all around the globe where, like I said, we can help people that are suffering with whatever it is that they're suffering with their depression, anxiety, all of the things that I was stuck in myself. By establishing these temples and centers all around the world, we will be helping so many lives get out of whatever it is that they're struggling with, and it's something that's already actually underway. One of the things I'm most grateful for is the fact that there was a sangha or a spiritual community in Melbourne, Australia, where I came from. So when I first found Swamiji on YouTube, I was very much connected to his teachings, but I felt a very big gap between, see, learning his teachings and imbibing them through the internet is one thing, but not having anyone to really share them with. There's no one in my family, none of my friends knew about Swamiji, that I could talk to them about some of the teachings that he was sharing, or if I wasn't understanding anything, if I didn't have, if there was something I had some confusion with, there was no one that I could talk to about these kinds of things. So I feel so grateful that we have a sangha, a spiritual community, Swamiji's devotees and disciples that are in Melbourne, Australia, and actually all around Australia. We have a very strong sangha virtually in every single state. People are establishing centers and sharing Swamiji's teachings with others. It's a big part it played a big part in me getting to where I am today. And it's a big part in what we will be doing. Having a community, having these spiritual communities all around the world, it's incredibly uplifting, and it helped me in so many ways. It was a part of what helped me deal with my depression, and I had many small patterns that like social anxiety, not really knowing how to engage with people, but having their love and support really helped me get out of that shell. And having a temple where we can do puja and where we can offer our gratitude to the divine. All of these things are really important in raising, obviously, our individual frequency and that healing, beautiful consciousness of humanity. So this is something that you can definitely be a part of if you've had a calling for it, or if you're someone that's contemplating or feeling that the status quo is just not for you, that you're ready to give something more to yourself and to life. As scary as it might seem initially, hey, it's not like I wasn't kind of scared the first time the thought occurred to me that, oh, regular life is not what I'm cut out for. I'm cut out for something different. What does that mean? It can be kind of a scary, daunting thought. It's comfortable. Status quo life can be comfortable, as unhappy as we might be, and as much as we might suffer in it. The mind likes that kind of a comfort zone to be stuck in. So if you want to be part of establishing temples and being a part of this beautiful global community that's blossoming all around the world and helping people, and I mean, obviously helping yourself too, then please consider coming here to Bengaluru Ardinam by October the 15th is the next intake for Sannyas initiation. Or if you're not sure about sannyas, but you feel that you have a higher calling, you might want to get married, you might want to have kids or something like this, but you do want to dedicate your life in the same way for such a great cause, you can also come here and receive the same training as an Adinavasi, which means that you'll be living here as a part of this Adinam, and then again contributing to spreading these teachings and helping others and whatever else. So any further information, I'm more than happy to share with you. You can leave a comment and I'll absolutely get back to you. Thank you so much for tuning in. Nityananda.